Hello everyone, my name is Alex from Alex Reads, and welcome to my week 4 O.W.L Magical Readathon vlog. So, last week I actually completed all 12 prompts of the O.W.L.s Magical Readathon. It's documented in my first 3 weekly vlogs. I'll link them all down below. But this wonderful Monday morning I was thinking about how proud I was that I accomplished reading all 12 books, passing all 12 exams, but also how sad I felt because the O.W.L.s have really brought structure into my staying at home, my social distancing, and I have been really enjoying watching the live shows and being active on Twitter and being part of this readathon, this community. So I was sad. And then I was looking at my TBR shelf and I thought, are you, Alex, crazy enough to try and do the O.W.L.s again? And it turns out that I think I am. I think I'm going to try and fulfill as many of the O.W.L prompts as I can in the last 10 days of April. So, yeah. Is this gonna be video evidence of somebody slowly kind of going crazy by staying in her apartment a lot? Maybe. I've done it, so I have a new O.W.L.s TBR. Do I think that I'm going to read 12 books in 10 days? Probably not. But I'm just gonna see what this crazy idea of mine takes me. TBR, the second TBR of April. Like I did before, I'm just going to go through all 12 prompts and show the books that I'm going to read. And prompt for Ancient Runes is to read a book with a heart on the cover or a heart in the name, and I'm going to be listening to Heart of Iron. For Arithmancy, the prompt is to read a book that from a genre that you don't usually pick up, and I'm going to be picking up You Are Not Alone. For Astronomy, the prompt is to read a book when it's dark outside, and I'm going to be picking up How To. For Care of Magical Creatures, the prompt is to read a book with a like an animal with a beak on the cover, and I'm going to be trying to listen to Assassin's Quest. The prompt for Charms is to read a book with a white cover, and I'm going to be reading Sword in the Stars. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, the prompt is to read a book set at the seaside, and I'm going to be picking up Pretty Little Lies. The prompt for Divination is to assign random numbers to your TBR and then do a random number generator and read that book, the book that corresponds with that number. And I did that this morning, and I will be reading There Will Come a Darkness. For Herbology, the prompt is to read a book that starts with the letter M, and I think I'm going to be reading Middle England. For History of Magic, the prompt is to read a book with a witch or witchy themes, and I'm going to be picking up Once and Future. This book is sci-fi set in the future, but there are wizards and witches. For Muggle Studies, the prompt is to read a contemporary, and I am thinking about picking up Little and Lion. For Potions, the prompt is to read a book that is shorter than 150 pages, and I'm going to be picking up Me Write Book, which is a Bigfoot memoir, kind of graphic novel thing. And last but not least, Transfiguration, that is to read a book with shape-shifting in it, and I'm going to be picking up Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I actually started this last week, and I'm going to read it because, you know, the first magic you see is Professor McGonagall transforming from a cat into Professor McGonagall. I say I will be planning to read all of these. I have no idea how much reading I'm actually gonna get and like how this is all gonna work, because the more I think about it, the more crazy it sounds. Hello, the hairstyle and the outfit has changed, but it is still Monday. And I edited and uploaded the week 3 vlog. But since I've done that and I've had lunch, I've decided to get some reading done before I try and be productive doing university work. So I'm actually going to pick up in my own words. When I kind of filmed my O.W.L.s TBR part 2, I said that I was going to read Me Write Book, but this is actually a series. There's 3 of them, and I'm going to read the first one first, and then I might just read the other 2, and just have this count as like my bonus potions exam. So I think I'm going to do that. They're very small. Like I said, it's a graphic novel, so I think it will go by quickly, and I'm just in the mood for it. It has just gone 5 o'clock, and I faffed about a bit on the internet, but I did read all 3 of the Bigfoot books. Yeah, I read all 3 of these individually. They are all less than 150 pages. I think I'm going to give all 3 of these books 3 stars. It's quite enjoyable. I like the illustrations. I think there are funny moments in all of them, but it's definitely a quick read, and there's not really a huge story arc. It's just enjoyable to look at and to read. All 3 of the books are like autobiographies of the mythical creature of Bigfoot, and yeah, it's a funny ride. It's quite good. Don't really have much more to say about it. So technically I've read 3 books today, and done my potions exam again, but now it's 5 o'clock and I need to do some university work, so I'm going to sit my butt down and get a little bit done. If it's like a lot of copying and pasting or formatting, I might have a bit of a listen to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but I'm not sure. I might have to like actually concentrate. I am listening to it on audio and like following along in the book, and I actually took out the audiobook from my library, and as you can tell maybe from my accent, I come from the US originally, so the audiobooks of the Harry Potter books were narrated by Jim Dale, and in England they were narrated by Stephen Fry, and I have only ever heard the Jim Dale narrations, and the Jim Dale audiobooks are like the main way that I consumed Harry Potter as a child. The first couple of books my parents read to me and my siblings, and then what would happen is on long road trips we would listen to the new Harry Potter on like CD discs. So I have very vivid memories of the audiobooks. The library that I'm using in Germany has the Stephen Fry narration, so I'm actually listening to Stephen Fry for the first time narrate Harry Potter, and it's crazy to me because it's like a whole different experience, so it's kind of blowing my mind. It has just gone 11 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and I thought I would update because some things have happened. I also feel like I deserve having the rest of the day off because I did a lot of like adulting, like just being a grown-up this morning, and it was surprisingly difficult for me to motivate myself and like just get stuff done. I think I might be out of practice. I don't know what was going on, but it was a lot. But I'm done with that now, and I do have a reading update. Last night, just before 12, I finished Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I was listening to the audiobook. I talked about it, the Stephen Fry, Jim Dale audiobook thingamabob. Yeah, I mean, it's a reread, 5 stars. Yeah, I will say this might be a controversial or unpopular opinion. I have no idea, but I think I do prefer the Jim Dale narrations, just because he does more voices. Like, he has a distinct voice for most of his characters, and he like follows throughout all 7 books. This one, a lot of them sounded exactly the same. Stephen Fry, obviously his voice is nice to listen to, and I didn't grow up listening to Stephen Fry tell the Harry Potter story, but yeah, I think it's interesting. I think if my library has other ones that I will like do a listen reread with Stephen Fry, but I think the Jim Dale narrations have my heart, which is interesting to find out. I forget what prompt this is for. Oh, transfiguration, because the shape-shifting. Yeah, so another exam done twice. I just feel like I've kind of lost it a little bit. But picked my next read, and I think I will be picking up There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. I don't know what this book is about. Oh, prophecies. Age of darkness, with chaos on the horizon, 5 lives are set on a collision course. Okay, cool. It's just about 9 o'clock, and I thought I would do a little bit of a reading update. I got to page 100 in There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. I've just been introduced to all of the characters. I don't really know a lot about each of the characters besides like their physical location and their names. Don't really know how they're connected, and I don't know if they have different personalities. So this is, but I'm gonna see maybe if the book gets better tomorrow, but for now I'm putting it down. And because it is dark outside, I'm going to pick up How To by Randall Munroe. This is absurd scientific advice for common real-world problems with little tiny illustrations. A nice read. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna watch G's live show, which is starting sometime soon. Hi guys, it is Thursday and I have a reading update. Last time I talked to you, I had started There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. I've decided to DNF this book. I just had no positive emotion while reading this book. I was super confused because every character sounded the same. There are 5 perspectives, I think, in this book, and each chapter begins with who's like narrating it. And when I turn the page, I would like forget who was talking, because I felt like besides location, every character was exactly the same. And it took 100 pages to introduce every character, and like I couldn't figure out the motivation or the personality of any of these characters. And it was just really annoying, and I don't want to put myself through that. I was just like rolling my eyes every page that I read, which is really sad and really disappointing because I think it's 6 o'clock on Sunday and I cannot for the life of me remember the last time that I updated this vlog. But I had a couple of days where I just had a headache. It wasn't ever quite like migraine level, but it was just like persistent headache horribleness. So basically, since the last time I updated, all I've been doing is like lying down on my couch and then going back to bed and lying down some more, like in the evenings and at nighttime. I don't know, I couldn't really do anything except be upset that I had a headache. But it's okay, it happens. I've been getting headaches basically all of my life, so that's just how it is. But while I've been laying down and closing my eyes, I have been listening to audiobooks. It wasn't ever to the level where I couldn't like also listen to audiobooks or watch a documentary. I was just like a bit hazy. But I have read 2.5 books since I last filmed. I know that. First off, I finished Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. I decided to give this book 4 stars. I thought the bisexual rep was really good. I thought the story was really good. My only gripe really was that it packed a lot of stuff in such a short book. It's quite short, and there's a lot that goes on in this. This book has bipolar 2 rep, and there's a discussion about medication and not taking medication versus taking medication, and I really think that taking medication is a valid option, and like, you're not weak. You want to and need to and choose to take medication, and I think this was kind of addressed in this book, but also kind of not, which is why it is a 4-star and not a 5-star. But I'm really glad that I picked this up. Finished How To by Randall Monroe. This is like my bonus astronomy book. I think I'm going to give this book 3 stars. Basically, it's just like, I don't know. The tagline is absurd scientific advice for common real-world problems like make an emergency landing, how to cross a river, that kind of stuff. How to power your house on Earth and on Mars. It was a fun read, but I did find myself zoning out all of the time, which might just have something to do with my headache as well, but I don't know. I read all of this stuff, it was funny, it was scientific, I could not, for the life of you, like, it just didn't retain, my brain retained nothing of this book. But while I was reading it, it was enjoyable, so 3 stars. So it is Monday, and I am here to wrap up this week's vlog. I did not film a lot of the days. This week was a bit of an off one for me. My persistent headache that is still with me at this moment. Despite my headache, I got some reading done this week. I managed to read technically 6 books. 3 of them are very short though. This week I ended up reading In Me Own Words, Me Write Book, and Bigfoot, I Not Dead, which I gave 3 stars to all 3 of these books. In Me Own Words was my bonus potion book, doing like a bonus round of all of the O.W.L.s 2020 prompts for the rest of this week and the last couple days of April. I also read How To by Randall Monroe. I gave this book 3 stars, and it was my bonus astronomy read. This week I also read Little and Line by Brandy Colbert. This was my bonus Muggle Studies book, and I gave this book 4 stars. My bonus Transfiguration book was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which I gave 5 stars and was a lovely reread. So that was week 4 of the O.W.L.s Magical Readathon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, you're staying safe and being kind to yourself, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!